Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to render shadows separately in Blender. This is a super useful technique if you want to add more control over your scene in post-production, like compositing or adjusting the shadow without affecting the rest of the render. It's a small but powerful trick, so let's get started. So as you see, I'm using a custom scene. I made it by myself for my convenience, but you can also use your workspace. Now, first things first, let's set up a simple scene. I'll add a basic object here. It could be anything, but for this example, let's use a simple cube. Shift A and cube. Okay. Now you see the cube here. And I have to also add a light source in the light folder. Okay, let's put this up a little bit. And in the light folder, Shift A and area light GZ. And we need to see some shadows on the ground, and this will be our product. So you can play around with different light types, but this works fine for our tutorial. We need to adjust the camera to view the scene properly. Here, this is the object. Okay, I need to see the shadow more clearly. So this can be the light like this, and let's increase the power of light by 50, scale it up a little bit. No, okay, I'm locking the camera to view. Okay, now we need to tell Blender, hey, I want this plane as shadow catcher, and this cube will be invisible but will still cast shadow like an indirect object. So let's go to the top right corner of the outliner, and from the filter restriction toggle, enable indirect only. Now remember, we have to keep the object in a separate folder, this cube in a separate folder in our outliner, otherwise it will not work. So our cube is in the background plus floor folder. We'll move it to model, or you can make a new collection like cube. Move your cube or your product model to this folder. So let's turn on the indirect only from here. Now you can see the product is gone, but still keeping the shadow on our floor. But the thing is, our floor is not transparent. We need transparent shadow. So now let's select our floor. I'm going to the object properties. Now from the visibility, ray visibility, and keep this, turn on the camera and turn on the shadow catcher also. Now you see we have alpha channel. This texture means we have alpha channel here, but still we have the shadow. If we press F12 from our keyboard, it will start rendering the shadow only. So our shadow render is complete. Let's save it to our location. We can call it renders shadow. I'm opening the file with Microsoft Paint and pressing Ctrl S to save the space. Previously it was like 20 plus MB and now it is 6.1 MB, but it will look all the same. The file size is reduced. Now if we want to render the cube only, let's say just turn off this indirect. You'll see the shadow is here, but we don't want the shadow, so click the plane and from ray visibility of the object properties, turn off camera. The plane will still affect the reflection on the cube, but it will not capture any shadow. Now press F12 on again to render the cube separately, and we'll see how it works in Photoshop. Cube rendering is done, so let's save it again. Okay, it's saving. Now open with Microsoft Paint again. Before the size is 5.7 MB, press Ctrl S, and now only 460 kilobyte. Very lightweight. Now let's open Photoshop. And I'm gonna open this cube and the shadow, like a new render, new layer. Now add a solid color layer, any color. I'm taking blue. Okay, so now you can literally do anything with this cube, but it will not affect the shadow. Like I'm converting it to a smart object, then I'm pressing Ctrl L. Now you'll see the cube is only getting affected, but not the shadow. And if I do the same thing for the shadow, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. But you can adjust the shadow or mask it. Yeah, but it will not affect the product. Yeah. Okay, and that's it. You have successfully separated the shadow render in Blender and learned how to control and adjust it in post-production. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more Blender tips, and leave any question or suggestions for future tutorials in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.